The offer is available until Monday the 22nd.
Nearly there. Oh, my hamstring's gone.
These great offers start Friday 12th until Monday 22nd of May, so search the Volkswagen Spring Sale event. Golf Performance and e-hybrid models excluded. Indemnities may be required. Volkswagen Finance.
New is exciting. New destinations, new tastes and smells, new conversations, new landings, new beginnings. The future is pink. Last year, Wizz Air flew over 45 million passengers across our network. That's miles of smiles. Fly from London to over 80 destinations with Wizz Air and discover your unique journey. Check out wizzair.com. Dream more, live more, be more. Wizz Air.
Janet from Macmillan Cancer Support has discovered a new weapon in the fight against cancer. Dominoes. By getting African and Caribbean communities together over a game at the Pineapple Club in southeast London, she's helping to break cultural taboos about the Big C and ensuring that people get the advice they need so everyone wins, even though Janet never does. Macmillan Cancer Support. Wherever you are, we do whatever it takes to help people living with cancer.
I mean, there are cordials, and then there are cordials. Expertly crafted, no less, with hand-picked elderflowers, don't you know? And then handed to me, preferably in a glass of fizz. Want to know a secret? I don't let the kids near it. It's just for me and the girls. And that bottle, whew, it's a thing of beauty. Did I tell you how much I love the cordial? That's the pro in my Prosecco. Bottle green, add a dash of extraordinary.
Staying in is the new going out. With BT Broadband at just $26.99 a month with no upfront costs. So the whole household can play, stream and connect. Plus, get a £20 money back speed guarantee and locked-in security. Offer ends 25th of May. Switch to BT today and win at staying in. New customers, CPI plus 3.9% increase each March. 24-month contract terms apply.
Efficiently, it's how Swale Heating wants your boiler to run. And some of our competitors say replacing your boiler with an A-rated version could save you up to £550. True if you live in a detached house with a G-rated boiler. Most people don't. However, you could get our engineers to service your existing boiler and make sure it's running as cost-effectively as possible. If it's past its sell-by date, we can install a more efficient model like Worcester Bosch. Visit swaleheating.com. Rely on us to keep you warm.
Sheila Fogarty on LBC. Call 0345 6060 973.
Just had a text here from Brendan Reedy, a tweet I should say from Brendan Reedy saying, Sheila, the LBC Overton window has finally moved to the point where it fully encompasses you. You've always tried to be kind of neutral, but even your patience is now snapped. Welcome in, says Brendan with a little smiley face. I've responded to him that the dishonesty on display from the government at the moment, on immigration I'm talking about here, deserves no neutrality, because simply describing what Rishi Sunak has said today on legal migration, whilst constantly throwing in references to the people in the boats who are asylum seekers. He calls them illegal migrants. Simply describing what he's doing tells you all you need to know. It isn't neutral or whatever the opposite of neutral is, unneutral, aneutral. It is descriptive. It's deceitful. It's dishonest. It's illogical. It is not helping the country and it is not helping you. So, there you go. Kieran in Hampstead, hello.
Hello. I listened to that clip that you played of Rishi Sunak being interviewed. I think he made his case that his campaign, his policy now running up to the election is that he is going to be the anti-immigration candidate. He's made it clear that he wants to reduce legal...
Whilst failing to bring those numbers down at all in any way whatsoever, which he knows he won't do.
Well, I mean, look, so let's get to that subject then, because you're right, because if he also wants to grow the economy, there isn't a way of doing that without increasing, certainly in the short term, migration, skilled or unskilled or whatever it might be. But equally, nobody's asked that question. I mean, I don't know if he was asked that question directly, actually, by...
Which question? The why?
that directly, how are you going to manage to reduce legal migration and grow the economy? I don't think he was asked that directly.
No.
If he was asked that, then he'd have to swerve it somehow. But equally, nobody's really asked that of Keir Starmer, whose policy also is that he wants to grow the economy. I don't think Keir Starmer would turn around and say, okay, well, I'll allow 300,000 more people in through a visa system, because I think that might lose in the election. Now, both of those men are in election mode. And they know the importance of that red wall seat. And some callers you had earlier highlighted the fact you had a few Brexiteers call in saying that they're not happy how Brexit went. They still won't accept that Brexit was a mistake. They still believe that immigration should be controlled. And those are the votes both these men are going for, clearly.
Well, I think if you're referring to Steve, I didn't really understand where Steve was coming from, because he clearly wanted a big amnesty for all asylum seekers.
Well, I think he's just getting fed up that they're all being paid for by the government. I mean, that's ultimately all these things are always boil down to economics. You can have the most ardent sort of anti-immigration person, but when we're paying whatever it is, £7 million a day or whatever it is to house them, they're all now calling and saying, well, let them work, and let's not pay any benefits. So that switches. But fundamentally, the red wall votes are up for grabs. Both candidates, for Prime Minister, believe that those votes are up for grabs, and none of them want to say we need 300,000 more people. Keir Starmer won't say that. He definitely won't say that.
Why is there nobody in really? And you're right to talk about Keir Starmer's reticence as well. Why is there nobody who is prepared to say to people who go, bring those numbers down, too many foreigners, bring those numbers down? Why is nobody prepared to say, do you want teachers in your schools? Do you want carers to look after your grandparents? Do you want nurses in your hospitals? Do you want fruit to be picked in your fields? Because we have 2.5 million people too sick to work, 2 to 3 million more not working for all kinds of other reasons. Sometimes it's caring responsibilities, see the care sector for details. Sometimes it's to do with early retirement, post-COVID, whatever. We aren't going to magically start having all these babies that the National Conservative Conference was talking about this week. It isn't going to happen. So you have a choice. We either have migrant workers coming to the country, or your tax bill to pay for nice white British nurses and nice white British, actually not white, nice British nurses, nice British carers, nice British teachers, nice British fruit pickers, all of that, your tax bill is going to go through the roof. Which do you want? Why isn't someone asking that question?
Because we're the wrong time of the year to ask. I think that when I run up to election, the two major parties are not going to be honest about that. They can't be. If they want to try, Keir Starmer is desperate to win the election. That's why he's keeping his mouth shut on so many subjects. Rishi Sunak is swerving the question because Rishi Sunak has got an almost impossible task, because I don't think, even if he came in at the biggest crisis the country's ever seen, and he has to try and steady the ship, but he wasn't voted in by the Conservative.
Why do you think he does it? Why do you think he does the job?
That's a really good question. I asked this question because it's not for the money, right? He doesn't need the money. I really don't know why he does the job.
It's not for the posh houses, because he's got his own posh houses.
Exactly. I really don't know. I mean, if I was being generous, he might feel that he can do some good to the country, because otherwise why would you do it? Like almost a philanthropic sort of exercise. But I don't think it's that. Well,
it's bad.
It's not. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, Boris Johnson was trying to feather his own nest for his career outside of politics. You know that. Tony Blair's done the same. Rishi Sunak won't have to work a day in his life if he doesn't become Prime Minister next year. So I don't know what it is, but he is determined to try and stay in power. But I think he's lost a lot of core Conservative support already. I think he knows that. The middle class, they've left the Conservatives, the self-employed businesses, landlords, etc. So he's fishing for the red wall seats that they gained, that Boris Johnson's gained. He's trying to cling on to them. And Keir Starmer is trying to regain those. And that's what the battle is at the moment for the election.
So it's so unedifying, isn't it?
Well, it's election politics, unfortunately, isn't it? We don't talk about the real
I don't
matters.
think... Well, come on, we're a long way off that election. I don't think it's acceptable that we just shrug our shoulders when election politics means out-and-out racism nowadays and complete dishonesty with the British people. Is that... Are we okay with that?
No, absolutely not. I mean, maybe, like I said, I don't think Brexit would be an that case, ask all the correct questions, directly. Both Starmer and Sunak need to be asked direct questions. You're trying to Prime Minister next year. Explain how you're going to achieve what you're saying, with logic, and neither of them can because, they
don't want to scare the horses.
Exactly. They don't want to scare the horses. Starmer feels he's as close as he has ever have been in the last 15 years to be, in power. He's not going to rock the boat now. He's not going to.
And Sunak, what? Just comfortable to lie for another year?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Sunak... I just think when Sunak came in last year, I don't think he had a chance of continuing. If you can't be voted in by your own members, what chance have you being, voted back in as Prime Minister? He was second choice to possibly the worst Prime Minister this country's ever seen. So I don't think he really expects to stay on. But
that's the military, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess he's just towing the line now. I guess that's what he's doing. He's just, treading water. That's all he's doing. And that's being kind to him, possibly.
But Kieran, this is what makes me so angry, is that in the meantime, what?
No, you're right, but I mean...
And that isn't just a case of, I'm marking your homework. That's not that. That's about people's lives.
Let me flip this on his head. If the election wasn't coming, if Sunak had, let's say, 3 years, perhaps he wouldn't be banging on about immigration and trying to win those votes back.
I don't care if he bangs on about it or not. I want him to have a policy on it, enact that policy, tell me why he's doing it, and be frank with me and the rest of the electorate about reducing numbers massively means tax rises, keeping numbers high means we may not have to rise the taxes any further than we have. You're supposed to actually engage with the public and engage with the power that you have and use it. They're not doing either. They're lying to the public and they're doing nothing in government to speak of.
Well, I will say one thing. In his election campaign, Sunak, he wasn't talking about immigration, but he was saying that he's going to raise taxes. That's what he said. Whereas Truss was going to say, I'm not going to raise taxes, I'm going to borrow. So what happened is Truss got voted in, Sunak didn't get voted in. I think what Sunak's learned is, if I'm too honest, I might as well not bother with them because I'm not going to get the votes. And that, unfortunately, that's where we're at.
So he'll lie about taxes and he'll lie about migration. And
I think that's election politics for you. And that's the reality that
it's not even election politics, is it? It's just politics.
Well, yeah, it's just politics, yeah.
Well, we need to be beefier in how we challenge them. We need to say, not one of them is welcome in this room if they're going to just sit and look at me and lie. Not one of them. Not interested. I would rather talk to anyone else than a government minister who's going to sit there and just lie to me.
I think both Starmer and Sunak need to come to much more scrutiny in the run-up and be asked the right questions and see where they stand and see how they perform.
Sunak more because he's in power.
Yeah, you're right. He is in power. That's right. But at the moment, we know what Sunak's doing. We know where he's at. Even whatever he says, we know what.
I don't. I have no idea. I have no idea what he thinks about immigration. Not whatsoever.
We know what he's doing is what I'm saying. We know what the government is doing. We don't know what Starmer is going to do or how he will do it.
Well, what are they doing? You tell me what they're doing.
Well, they are doing everything they can in terms of legislation to restrict what they call illegal migration.
No. This hour is about legal migration. What are they doing?
Well, what they're doing right now is
nothing.
They're actually giving a lot of visas for people to come over and work.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're doing nothing. They're doing nothing about the thing they claim to want, i.e., they're making fools of the British electorate. They're doing nothing about it. Nothing other than talking nonsense, lying.
Like I said, they're trying to secure the votes.
You've got more tolerance for it than I have, Kieran. And maybe you can comfortably be tolerant of it, but there's an awful lot of people in this country who can't be. Kieran, thank you. It's 2:30. Let's get the headlines from Amelia Cox.
Leaders of the G7 countries have demanded complete withdrawal of Russian troops from Ukraine at the start of their summit in Japan. The war is top of the agenda, with President Zelensky expected to attend the meeting in person over the weekend. Tesco has announced its chairman, John Allen, will step down from his role next month following allegations over his personal conduct. The supermarket says it's concerned the accusations are at risk of becoming a distraction. And a mother and father jailed for the gross negligence manslaughter murder of their daughter, who was morbidly obese, have had their sentences increased. Sarah Lloyd-Jones and Alan Titford have been jailed for another 4.5 years between them. LBC weather, heavy and thundery showers for England this afternoon. Dry by this evening, brighter with patchy cloud in Wales and Scotland, staying cloudy in Northern Ireland, a high of 20 degrees.
This is LBC.
In a crisis, service matters. You need an energy supplier you can trust. Which surveyed more than 10,000 energy customers. They independently reviewed the performance of every major supplier. Their in-depth assessment covered customer service, support for those in need, and how well companies dealt with complaints. Only one measured up. Octopus Energy is the only Which recommended energy supplier. Octopus Energy, recommended by Which 6 years running.
I'm Jenny Huntley, part of the dental hygiene team at the Darwin and Tanner Dental Practice. For the last 25 years, I have provided tailored preventative care and advice to our patients who have had advanced reconstructive dentistry. I am so proud to be working as part of a team focused on delivering outstanding patient care.
Darwood and Tanner, celebrating 30 years at the forefront of world-class dentistry.
To find out more and meet the team, start at darwoodandtanner.co.uk.
Vauxhall has a beautifully simple new offer. 3 years 0% APR with a 30% deposit across the whole car range, including electric. It's a no-brainer. Is that it?
It is.
So what do I do for the rest of the app? Just sit here and drink my tea?
Do whatever you like, really.
Search Vauxhall 0% or visit your local retailer. Personal contract purchase, subject to status. T's and C's 18+. Stellantis Financial Services UK Limited.
No frippery, foofery or general tomfoolery. No chicanery, gimcrackery or traditional gadzookery. No unwanted accessory or unforeseen treachery. No underhand, sleight of hand or tricky bits you can't understand. No chaff, faff, fuss or fluff. No guff, just enough. Everything you precisely need without anything you specifically don't. Superscript. Business insurance that's right on the money. Superscript is authorized and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority.
Sending business documents or goods abroad can be a hassle. Customs paperwork, duties, taxes and regulations can cause a real headache. It's no wonder business owners reach out to the helpful experts at mailboxes, etc. We find the right carrier for every package and can even help with packing too. Search mailboxes, etc. because we're the team that delivers worldwide. Trust the right partner for your business. Mailboxes, etc. People possible.
Protect your business from even the most advanced digital threats with technology you can rely on. ESET Digital Security. Progress protected.
If you've lost £3,000 or more in a scam or fraud, then tell CEL. CELsolicitors.co.uk specialise in confidential, no-win, no-fee fraud and scam recovery. So if you purchased a high-value item like a car but never received the goods, you could have been scammed. Don't let them get away with it. Let us help you try to get your money back. We listen, we care, we win.
In a crisis, service matters. Octopus Energy is the only Which recommended energy supplier. Octopus Energy, recommended by Which 6 years running.
Sheila Fogarty on LBC.
Quite a few of you texting in about Labour and legal migration, and I wasn't sure. I had no recollection of Keir Starmer saying he would scrap the discount for single people on their council tax. Annalise Dodds, Labour was talking this morning about how immigration would have to go up in the short term under Labour while training UK staff and having a long-term workforce plan. So Labour have said this today, that sorry, I'm confusing two issues, that it isn't Labour policy to scrap the 25% discount on council tax, according to many of you. I'm going to double check it. And Labour, in the form of Annalise Dodds, was talking about immigration, legal immigration, increasing as per the need in jobs. Phil in Penrith, hello.
Hello, Sheila. You put on a very good programme. It's really good listening to this.
Oh, I'm glad. Thank you for saying so.
No, thank you. About immigration, are they telling us that, or are they not telling us that nothing can be done? about illegal immigration.
No, I'm talking about legal immigration today.
Well, there's a lot of people unemployed in this country. I've got a daughter who can't get a job, and it's maddening. She's a good kid, and she can't get a job anywhere. She's had learning difficulties, but she can't get employment anywhere. And people are coming in and stealing jobs under her nose, left, right and centre.
All right, Phil.
Do you know how frustrating that is?
No, I have no doubt that it's frustrating that your daughter isn't able to get a job. I'll come back to that in a second. It isn't true that migrants are stealing your jobs. The migrants are coming in to do jobs that we can't fill. So I would go back to your daughter's situation. She's probably on the receiving end of discrimination if she's got learning difficulties, if she can't get work.
And there's nothing we or she can do about it. Other people seem to be doing very nicely, thank you. My daughter is being left in the lurch, and it's very, very painful.
I'm sure it's painful. And what kind of work is she able to do, interested in doing?
Childminding, she's got qualifications in childminding. She's virtually totally illiterate, non-neutral.
Because of her learning difficulties?
Yes.
And in what setting could she do childminding?
Nursery education, just helping with infants, etc.
Play learning, that kind of thing. Because if she's got literacy issues, obviously she couldn't help them with reading. But play learning.
Yes.
And she can't get work at all?
No.
And is that the area she wants to go into?
Yes.
Has she looked at other types of work?
She has. She's tried and tried and tried, poor kid. It breaks my heart to look at it. It really is hurting me, and it's hurting her. We're helping her out financially. That's hurting us. That's painful. We're just pensioners, but we're getting no sympathy, no understanding, no help.
And she's one of the people that the government should be actively, well, not just the government, employers as well, should be actively trying to get into the workplace. Because,
yes, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, of course they should. But I promise you it's not migrants stopping that from happening. It'll be discrimination.
Well, I hear what you say, but it's very painful all the same. To see, look, I know a lot of Ukrainian migrants. I know a lot of Ukrainian people, and they're lovely, lovely, lovely people. And I help them out all the time. But I wish somebody would help my daughter out as much as I'm helping these people out. I try for people. I just get the feeling this crowd, the fish rots from the head, right from Sunak downwards. They're a lot of talk, and very little do.
And how old is your daughter, Phil?
She's 41 soon.
41, yeah. So she's frustrated at not having a bit more independence.
It's heartbreaking. It's destructive on our family.
And does she have any guidance, other than the family? I mean, does she have any guidance around employment? Do you know, like a mentor?
She lives about 90 miles away from us. She married a lad she was in a special school with. They got married. And I don't see as much of her now as I used to.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult to talk about it over the phone. In the past, I used to live on top of the situation all the time, but now I don't